Hi, thanks for joining me. So I need to be quick here, but I wanted to do a pickups video. I went really crazy. This is obscene. I keep saying I'm going to scale back, and I don't know, I got a whole ton of stuff. But in my defense, I did trade in a bunch of things. One of the things which was very large, and I got something kind of large in return. I guess I'll start off by eating crow here. I did pick up an Xbox 360. Now, I feel so hypocritical right now, but I guess, really when I thought about it, we're at that end of the life cycle thing again, and I can't help it. When the consoles get to the end of their life cycle, the ones that I didn't have, I tend to want. And the Xbox 360, it was really those cave shooters. I'll look up the user who posted the comment, but you really changed my opinion when you were like, you'll thank yourself for getting a 360 because you'll be playing those shmups on it into the future. And I really thought about that a lot, and I said, you're probably right. I'm going to go in chronological order by system. So let's start off with the oldest one here. I have X-Men 2. For the Sega Genesis, and this is one I ordered with my last batch of stuff when I was getting Genesis games, but they forgot to ship it, and it's in the cardboard box, and it's a little beaten up. You can even see the top is torn there, but I didn't really care. I got a good price on it, and I figured, the box, it's actually complete, so that's all I really wanted. Next up, I love anime styled games, and this one, Lupin the Third, Treasure of the Sorcerer King. This is actually one that my friend and I played back in the day. We were crazy fans, and I actually have played this before, but haven't really played it now. But I just wanted to pick it up. This one doesn't matter. So next up, I went to GameStop, and I did a little bit of browsing. Mostly I was looking for some of those Xbox 360 games, cheap, because there's a lot of good stuff available. But while I was at it, I noticed some PSP games. Here is Neverland Card Battles. I actually, depending on the game, I really can enjoy a card battle game. I liked the Monster Rancher card battle game on the PlayStation 1, so I figured, this looks pretty neat. It's Idea Factory and future media creator Ukes, so definitely an interesting looking one there. I also got Gungnir. This is one that I have actually wanted to get for quite a while. It just has a really neat looking battle system, Atlas strategy RPG. I like strategy RPGs, so that was kind of a no-brainer, and I'm pretty sure I got quite a good deal on that. And again, with this one here, The Third Birthday, it was probably a happy console gamer talking about their Halloween games that got me thinking about this. Parasite Eve. It's a really great game. I have the first one for the PlayStation 1. I didn't really like the second one when it came out. It kind of ticked me off the way that they did a Resident Evil ripoff, because the first game had such a unique, interesting battle system to it. I really didn't want to see them change it, and this is just an action game, but I've heard mixed things. It seems to be pretty dividing. Some people say it's great, some people say it's crummy, so I'm just going to check it out for myself. Next up is something that, in all honesty, I just thought it was going to slip away, and I wanted to pick it up before it did. I'm not a huge Suda Goichi fan, or Suda 51. This is Flower, Sun, and Rain for the DS. Again, before it disappeared, I haven't even opened it up here, but I just wanted to grab myself a copy of that. And just for those of you that don't know, I think this is pretty obvious, probably especially to people watching my channel, but in Japanese, counting, ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, kyu, ju, okay? Suda, 51, go, ichi. That's where that name comes from. His name is Suda Goichi. That's why he writes it as 5-1. Anyway, so Dead Rising is my next one here. First nostalgia pick that I got for the Xbox 360. I couldn't not get this, and I did pop it in. I really do love this game, but it's it's dated. Actually, I'm pretty impressed to see this is one of the earlier 360 games, and looking at it now, I'm like, wow, this looked amazing at the time, and it's actually aged. So surprise, surprise. Sometimes our memories are sort of sugar coated. Next up, I have. This is an interesting thing. I think I will publicize this just because it's fun. My friend heard I got a 360, and so he sent me Automedius Excellent. This is the Gradius style game from Konami that's all sort of moe anime stuff. So definitely something that I'm interested in. This has got like, I don't know if you can see it, but there's French, sort of like the French Canadian version. So thank you very much. Really appreciated that from one of my good friends. Now I had also already picked this up in a trip to GameStop. So I does in no way tarnishes the gift that I got. I was really excited to get that. So I have 2 copies of this right now. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do, if I'm just going to keep kind of the French Canadian one and pass the other one on, or keep them both. But very cool to have. I also have a Raiden 4. This is one that obviously I have wanted to get in the Raiden series. I've been kind of a fan of Raiden and Raiden 3, and I guess Raiden 2 is part of the Raiden project that I got, so I'm going to have this one to finish that out. I also got One-Chanbara. This is one that I had gotten on the Wii, and I actually gave back because I'm like, I wasn't too interested in it with the Wii controls, but on the 360, I was like, I'll check this out. It's D3. I like their stuff. I like cheesy, kind of low-budget, straightforward, just fun games, and that's what their stuff tends to be. So next up, finally some real shmups here. We've got Death Smiles. This was released by Axis, but this is a cave shooter. That's a side scroller. We also have Akai Katana, which I haven't really checked out. And you know what? The guys at GameStop, seriously, like, I'm talking to this guy, and whatever. Anyway, he was alright, but I asked him, I'm like, look, one of your games over there has a bum case, but I really want it. I'm like, if I got it, would you swap the case out for me? Because I didn't necessarily have to get it. And he's like, oh yeah, sure. So I get it. And, he's talking and he's ringing me out, and I'm like, could you swap the case out with this? He's like, oh yeah. So he goes back, he gets, like, not even an Xbox case, it's like this black case, and it doesn't even, like, latch, I'm just gonna get some replacement cases, but anyway. Another cheap game that I picked up at GameStop, we have Project Sylphid Arc of Deception. This is a Square Enix published game. I'm not sure if it says the developer on here, but anyway, this just looked kind of fun. It sort of fits into the shmups, but I read a couple reviews on it, and it seems like it's a little bit of a hidden gem. People say it's pretty cool. It's like a 3D spaceship shooter. I don't know. I'm not even really sure what kind of gameplay it is, but anyway, I just went and picked this up. This was like $3. Like, most of these were all super cheap. Dodonpachi Resurrection Deluxe Edition. So there's that. So I mentioned I traded some stuff in. Along with my trade-ins, what I got was, like, I got a credit towards a particular game, and then I also got extra credit for buying my 360. So all of that actually went to my new, currently unopened copy of Beyond Two Souls. This I picked up for $15 because I got so much credit available. So I figured, for 15 bucks, like I was saying, that game was pretty interesting. I figured I could not pass that up for that price. To go along with that, I had stopped by GameStop and I picked up Heavy Rain. This was, I don't know, 15 bucks or something like that. I figured that was worth checking out as well at that price. And finally, I did get my PlayStation 4 controller, so I'm very excited about that coming up in a week-ish. And I picked up Killzone Shadowfall to play on that. I don't think of myself as like a first-person shooter game player, but I really did love Halo and pretty much the whole Halo series. So, especially like science fiction, just playing the campaign, the single player on those sort of things, I think it's neat. I mean, the shots of this look amazing, so I'm interested to check this out. I don't know if this is going to hold up to Halo, but it definitely is a cool-looking game that I'm looking forward to playing on my PS4. And I said finally, but I have one last thing. We have here my Flone Squad sticker there. The Guided Fate Paradox. This just came out yesterday, I think, but it came in the mail. I guess it was a couple days ago. Came in the mail for me today. This is the limited edition. I'm probably not going to be getting too many of these kind of things here coming up, but I just was a sucker for it. It was like 10 or 15 bucks more expensive than the regular one, so and there's some kind of cool stuff. This has a little print here, like a cell style print, which I think is kind of nice. What else is in here? We've got obviously the game. Ta-da! There is like some cards, and I think there's like, they're almost like mats for them. So they're pretty cool. They have cute art, sort of pretty art on them, and that's the little, I don't know, maybe I guess it's just a holder, like for in the box to keep them from sliding around. Then there's this little art booky thing, the Angel Handbook. It might be maybe it's more like a game guide. I'm not really sure. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, I mean, it's essentially a replacement for the manuals that you used to get with a game. And then we have a soundtrack. There it is. Actually, this is really cute. Look at the little SD characters in the back. That's great. So anyway, interesting game. I've heard a little bit about this. People seem to be saying some good things. It's a roguelike with you play as God instead of the Disgaea games where you're more like in the underworld. So anyway, that is my amazingly, ridiculously, just obscene haul. Like I said, most of those games were like 10 bucks, and then I got a couple new games to go with my new system and all that stuff. So thank you for watching. I hope you'll join me again for some more video game related videos.